I have to clean my desk off here. So let's see if you guys see me. I'm back. I see you guys right away. That's weird. It's the first time that's ever happened. So can you guys see me? Tell me if you can see me. Because normally there's a delay and I can see the comments immediately. So let me clean up. And we'll get ready into the next one. So hello. How you guys doing? I hope you got a chance to go to the bathroom. Did I see a knot? Just my friend a knot. She loves the mixed media stuff. So hello there. I went and ate some food really quickly. Grabbed my sewing machine. Realized I can't find my stamps and stencils. So not using those. You know, pivot. You can do those things. So hi Deb, how are you? I love neon. So it's hot pink or neon pink. I don't know if you can tell online, but it always makes me feel like, do you remember when you went to like Florida or whatever as a kid and you had to go home with a neon pink shirt because it made your tan look better? So yeah, I got some tan going on. So gonna make a card, gonna make a layout. Did I know I ate Denise's food this time? So hopefully she doesn't know she brought. I do not eat pasta at all. It doesn't make me feel very good, but she had a cold macaroni and cheese and some kind of little chicken nuggets in the fridge. So I just went and had 4 bites of that. And then I said to Rich, I hope you're going to have something ready for me when I'm done because I'm working very hard today. But now we talked about popcorn. So I might have a bowl of popcorn for supper. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? It might end up being, I have to find the video on my laptop. So I don't, anybody else like that? Like that to me, I would not be mad about having a bowl of popcorn for supper. But I don't think we have any kernels because I like to pop it myself, right? Did you see, I just saw on the interwebs where they popped popcorn in bacon grease. I know it sounds decadent as all heck, but they popped the popcorn in the bacon grease. Hello, Cool Bear. How are you? Yes, I had whipped cream last night, right out of the can. I hope, Veronica, because there's no other way than to when my kids, if we have whipped cream for anything, I'll go to use it for the strawberries or whatever we bought it for. But they have every time they go in the fridge, go and eat the whipped cream out of the can. I just had sweet and salty popcorn. You know what I'm talking about. But popcorn doesn't make me feel very good anymore. But I will still eat it. So just a second. I'm just finding this video so I can see your comments. Here we go. Live. This has been fun, but can you believe it's 4 o'clock already? I can't believe that it's 4 o'clock already. Vicky, my husband and I had ice cream sundaes for dinner last night. You can do that when you're grown up, right? Why is chat? Can you guys see the chat? I'm having trouble. It just said chat is disabled for this. I would never disable the chat. There it is. Liar. YouTube is being a liar. Okay. You like Chicago mix. I do too, but I like a bigger cheese blend than the other stuff, right? A cheese blend. I don't like the caramel corn ones. I'm okay if there's like one peeks in, but I want cheese. My ideal Chicago mix would be a mix of just buttered popcorn with a little bit of cheese and then even less of, see, you can never make me happy, right? I have to have a custom blend of Chicago mix because I pick all the cheese. I pick all the cheese out and there's mostly the caramel corn one. But I love at Colonel's. Like, is Colonel's in the US too, or is it just in Canada? Colonel's is the double butter. The double butter is like caramel corn, but it's not that burnt sugar flavor. It is, we'd be perfect then, Deb. You could have all of my caramel, just I need a couple bites, and then I would have the cheese. Because I'm not really a super sweet. I like the salty stuff better, right? So that'd be perfect. The cheddar popcorn, but Chicago mix, Loretta, is a Chicago thing. where they take cheese popcorn and mix it with caramel corn. So it's caramel corn and cheese popcorn, and it's the Chicago mix. So yeah, kernels, my mother loved, like she always loved the salted popcorn, but I love the double butter. Double butter was my favorite because the double butter is like literally like caramel, like eating it was it's not the burnt, you know how caramel corn is a little bitter. Double butter is buttery and sweet. And oh my goodness, I don't even want to know what the calorie count is on that. I don't even want to know because I could sit and just devour that bag. I love it. So that's funny. And if you add nerd clusters, do you do that to your popcorn or to your caramel? Ooh, I don't know about that. Is that what you do your Chicago mix? That's crazy. That's crazy talk. We have how do you say that? I know that one, Deanna. Creters, toffee in the Chicago mix instead of. Ooh, I would like that. Double butter was like eating a yummy heart attack. Yeah, at least I would die with a smile on my face. That's how I look at it. I would die with a smile on my face, right? You eat no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put nerds clusters in my popcorn. Peanut M&Ms or almond M&Ms, I would do that, but me too. And that's why my butt is so big. I tell you, I'm trying to shrink my butt so I don't eat that stuff as much. And then too, like remember I said I just went and had 2 mouthfuls of macaroni and cheese, which is killing my gut. So like it makes it much easier not to eat that stuff when it literally poisons you. So I'm excited. So I've grabbed my sewing machine. I have grabbed a couple sheets of foundations paper. And are you ready for this? I think the base of my layout, I'm going to put black. So I'm going to use stencil. So look at, I have 2 options. I have prize ribbon, oxide, which is going to shock you guys, and then black soot. Because that'll make Natalie really happy. I was trying to remember your name, Natalie, because, you know, it's how my brain works. That I thought black on the background will be really fun. And now we're going to create our clusters from our circles. So I'm going to show you a couple things. We have a couple different things we could do. I wish we had like 4 more days because I feel like I have a whole bunch of ideas going through my head, but I can't be on here the whole time, right? So hot air popped for me. That's good, Deb. I'm proud of you. I will eat that if I'm just eating popcorn, but tonight I want it popped on the stove with butter. And then you have to cook the butter till it gets foamy, and that's when I pour it on. So it's almost burnt, but it bubbles up, and like that is the best meal ever. Like seriously, is popping it on the stove, putting it in, salting it, and then putting the butter in the pan, and then you cook it. The pan's got to be hot so that it gets all fluffy, and then that's the best. Almost brown butter, almost. I love brown butter with my eggs. I just thought I'd add that. Okay, almost brown butter. So hello, Yessie, you're back. Hello, Yessie. Okay, let's flip the camera. Let's get right into this. Are you guys ready? I love you guys. Like, this has been so much fun. We started out with over 300 today, and now some people are like, Vicky, that I can't be on here all day. So we'll see. Let's see what we end the day with. It'll be interesting. And if you're watching after the fact, I hope you've enjoyed this. There we go. Let me look. Sorry, Blair Witch. Right, I had to Blair Witch you. It's a busy day, but fun. I've had the best time. I love making. Okay, so let's put this paper is off the edge. So I got a paper trimmer. I have my adhesive. I grabbed a sheet of foundations, 2 sheets of foundations paper, and then a sheet for card base. Forever, Deb. Unless YouTube goes the way of Facebook, I'm never going to delete these. They'll be here probably longer than I will. Your hubby is fishing this weekend. It's nice, right? Where it's like, oh my goodness, hun, it's okay if you go. I'll figure out what I can do with myself. No, it's okay. Don't worry about me. And then as soon as they're out the door, you're like, party. And I love when my kids are gone too. Like, I love to be in the house by myself. Like, I can eat when I want. I can eat what I want. I don't have to eat it all. If I want to have popcorn for supper, there's nobody here saying, what's for supper? Right? Jiffy Pop. Oh my goodness, right? In the one that was like when we went camping, we had Jiffy Pop. I love that. But it's like, don't worry about me. I'll figure it out. If you have to go, it's fine. And then as soon as they're out the door, I'm like, woo woo! I'm having M&Ms and popcorn for supper, and I'm not even going to brush my hair today. Yeah, there's something to be said for that, right? Now, see, everybody's going to have popcorn for supper. So what do we have to do? We have all of our shapes. I've separated them, right? So there's things we could do here. You could make these into flowers if you wanted to, right? You could make these into flowers if you wanted to. Me too. I love this. So where you layer like that, like look how beautiful already, right there. Look how fun that would be. So you could make flowers, and then you could take and just make a little vase by cutting little strips and then cut it out into a vase shape, and you could have flowers. You could cut little V's out of these if you wanted. Look how dirty my fingernails are. Cut V's out and make flower shapes out of these, right? Were you supposed to brush your hair? Not at all, Belinda. You're amongst friends. You can do whatever you want. There's no judgment here. So you could do that. Hubby's retired and no one ever leaves. It happens, Virginia. That's when Rich goes to golf. I'm like, I love it. I love waking up and there's nobody in the house. Not all the time. I like them to be around, but there's something to be said, right? Yeah. Or they ask you to come along. Don't lay it on too thick. No, thank you. I'm good. It's okay. I'll just do laundry and I'm going to clean the house. And then it's like I'll watch Netflix all day and I love it. It's like the best day ever. But what I'm going to do is I am going to, at least with some of these, because remember we cut 12 million circles. We have lots of options. I want to take these now and cut them into like pie shape. So say this is going to, oh, I love that one too. Do we have more of that or just that one that had it on both sides? So if we take those, right, and we cut the pie pieces, then we can layer them in and I'm going to sew on them. So that's what I'm going to do. So to do that, do they have to be perfect little pie shapes? Not at all. I think I'm just going to cut it with paper trimmer and then I'm going to put pieces in. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the card. So like, look at, this is kind of my sketch. I want to show you with our scraps that we're going to do something that is kind of abstract. We can do an abstract background. This is going to all be layered down one side. And then I'm going to do similar with a card because I like to show a design that will work on a scrapbook page, but also for a card. And this definitely you could do on a art journal page or in a mini book. All you're doing is scale, 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 scale. Okay. So don't forget, I hope you guys on the last two videos, now that they're done, comment in the regular comment sections for those chances to win, because Janine from 49 and Market was very generous and offered a 49 and Market giveaway that she's going to ship. And then I'm going to do the gift certificate. And do you guys remember, what did I say in the first one? I forget what I said I was giving away in the first one, but I think it was a mixed media kit. And then we'll do some more giveaways today, right? Okay, for this one. So let's get our paper trimmer that I just told you I got out. Yep, here it is. Can I tell you something? And these are up in my store. If you have not purchased one of these yet, worth every penny. This is a circle cutter. I'm going to use this today. I'm going to do cut this circles out as well. But I love this. The smallest it goes to is 4 inches. But I love that I can cut a 12-inch circle. And this is for We Are Memory Keepers, this tool is an excellent one. I'm going to use that tonight. Do you have to have that? No, you could use a plate and cut around it, whatever, right? But I love that circle cutter. Don't you agree? I think that one turned out, it's a good one. So I think this is going to be my base. And I'm going to put this in here. And what did we decide these are? It is 2 3/4. That's not easy math, right? So what's half of 2 3/4? So 2.5 and a little less. No, Vicky, 1.5. Like there-ish. I'm ishing it. And I'm just going to cut some little pieces out of that now. So you could go through, and this could be what you do. And you could sew some like that if you wanted to, right? But we could also just cut them out with scissors, and that's even easier. Yeah, I have to get into those 8s, Julie, and then I have trouble. So what part of this do I want? So I'm just going to fake it, right? And we're going to just do some little pie shapes now. I think that'll be fun. And then I'll keep my extras. What other pieces do I want to cut? Oh, we need this one for sure. So what did Julie told me? It's 1 3/8. So that's 1, 2, 3, like there. Guess what I'm doing, Julie? I'm just eyeballing it because it's faster. Party. And I don't care if they come out of the circle or anything. We're just eyeballing and doing the things. Eyeballing and doing the things. Do you think there's an easier way to do this than how I'm doing it? Do you think there's an easier way? There probably is, because normally I don't do things the easiest way. I probably do them the hardest way. Hi, Carrie. Oh my goodness. I love that. Friends that I've known forever. I love friends that I've known forever, crafty friends. So I'm putting glue stick on here because I want to sew on it. Okay. So let's just decide where we're going to lay that down. And that looks good. And I don't care if it's wonky. Wonky is charming. Wonky is charming. Wonky is charming, right? So some of them were live, that if you were here live, you had the opportunity to win. And then I made sure that if you weren't, if you go and just leave a comment on the past videos in the regular comment section, you also have an opportunity to win there. So I'm just going to layer pieces now. You could too, just to cheat, right? That gives you an idea of where they're, look at, I could do that. And cut that like that. Not straight, but I could do it if I wanted to. So that's what we're doing here, friends, is I'm just making, so you could do this with your hearts or whatever shape. What shape did you guys do? Did any of you do some wonky shapes, like, or wonky, just not a circle? I want to know what shapes that you did. Stars, I love it. So are you going to use them just as is? Are you going to layer smaller on top? And then I'm going to sew on these. Oh, and I can't do all of them just big though, right? I think it's fun, right? It's just a way, because now I'm going to do, you have a box of jelly prints. That's a great way to use them. 100% is cut them out and make collage art from them. 100% is a great way to use them. So I will cut and do a couple of the big ones, and then I will do some of the smaller ones. Like I said, these could be totally wonky. They might not even all meet up in the center. Don't even care. Don't even care. What other one do I? Ooh, love the burgundy, right? Party. I use them to make cards. Can't wait to show you. I love it. I want to see them, because 100% to make cards. And do you have to do pie shape? Not at all. You could just use the circles. Like, I won't cut all of these. I'm going to keep some just as circles, right? But if I fold them, that makes it easy. Because we're making a card too. I'm going to make a card too. So just cut my shapes up, right? I can decide where I'm going to use them. My cat, Rich did build that bed for him, but guess what? He would much rather be not on the bed I just bought from the cat place, from the cat toy place. Put that there. Beep. Ooh. Ooh. A hot pink one. Oh my goodness. Right, Tish? It's going to put you right over the edge. You might have to get your, what is it? Compass out? Protractor? What is that thing? So you can make sure that you're cutting it right perfect. I have to let it go though, because I know I'm not going to do it right. Oh, that's sad, Irene. How does that happen? Unless is one of the parents or family members involved. I hope they find the babies. We live in a sad world, man. Just glad we have this so that I keep some of my sanity. So I'm working on a couple at the same time, right? And then I want to put a mix that is different. Oh, I love it. I love that hot pink. So at least, like, look, if you fold, and then you can fold in. So for our perfectionists, you can get a closer to, right? And then cut the little pies. And then you can cut some of the little pies in half. Right? Oh, I like that one. And then I need to do the next size. Oops, don't do that again, Vicki. Yeah, I hate when the Amber Alerts go off and stuff. I know somebody out there is hurting, right? You're making tiny envelopes. I love it. You always get caught up in the making and you don't chat. Well, sometimes too. I think the people who are chatting maybe aren't making, right? So they keep the conversation going, which is, I am very appreciative of that, because otherwise I'd be keeping the conversation going, just talking to myself, which then people would be like, do you sit on there and just talk to yourself? Sometimes. Got a problem with that? So you can layer on top, right? Like, see how I just put that pink one? There's no reason I can't put like a little navy on there too. Like maybe the navy and gold one would be fun. I'm going to do that because I can. Yeah, the tiny envelopes too. If you're using the, remember that one Christmas and I used that envelope maker? That would really work nicely, wouldn't it? I love that. And then I'm going to put the other piece of blue on here too. Look, I love it. It's like a little sundial. Just decide where you want it, right? I love that, Denise. There's so many uses for it. You just custom made your paper. You can use it for anything you want, right? In essence, what you just did was custom make, and then we're doing our little cluster. Like, I love that one. Love it. Love this. Want to use a piece of that, but we don't have to cut everything up. We have these pieces to choose from, and I'm going to be done with the big ones, right? I can use these for something else later. I want a piece of this on that guy there. I love, like, even if you're not doing this, I hope you're getting a chance to do something creative, because you might be like, I didn't get to start from the beginning, so I want to come back and do it when I can do all of it. That's often happens, right? Is that you're like, I want to come back when I know I can sit and do it from start to finish. So I'm just making a card, or I'm cleaning my space. That often happens, right? Party. Oh, I didn't attach that guy. But some of them I want just to be a little sliver color. Yes, all the kits. So now you guys might not have been here for all of this today. So I will give you the updates on things. So Flower Emporium kits from Vicky Booten. Some are shipping from the US. The Canadian ones just arrived. The product arrived to me yesterday. The girls are over right now, actually, kitting. And once we get that stuff kitted, they are going to go out. Our goal is for the end of the week. That Flower Emporium will ship the end of the week. So excited about that. And then we'll open up group access once that goes out. If you are looking for access only, that you only want to partake in the class portion. I just noticed I didn't glue it down. That's why, Vicky, dum-dum. Access only will open on Monday on vickybooten.com. I don't know what's happening with cut and paste. I am told that I'll know something next week. US kits, they're shipped in the US. So I did that differently because I wasn't sure what was happening with tariffs. So I have a friend who had time, and she actually kitted all the US kits. And then she packed up the Canadian ones to come here. So that's why I had to wait for them to arrive there. And I did not get my product the same time as everybody else. It came a little later. So even though you guys were getting where people are like, my order has come, my order arrived last week. She was kidding, shipped the stuff to Canada. So now all of that stuff will be here. And then we are kitting it. So it's all happening, right? It's all in the works. So very excited about that. It's all happening. Okay. Well, got to do what you got to do, right? And we just want it so your prices don't go up, because at some point, right, it's going to affect things. So found a solution, and now we're just doing the work, because then we have to manually kit it, right? Like that physically has to get done. So now we're in the physical part of it, right? So just paper piece, your little patterns. I'm going to put some little pieces on top because I actually like when they overlap a little bit. It's like paper quilting, right? Yep, they canceled them because when they put the pre-order up, the card kits, the paper pads, the papery, none of it is coming out. I'm just telling you, it's very hard as a consumer. You aren't aware of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. But I put my order in when we made that collection. I put my order in. I have to do a pre-order to what I'm committing to. Well, everybody's got their orders, but Vicky did not get one. And now I'm just hoping with all of the stuff that went on at American Crafts that the product's still there. So I right now don't know if I will get it or not. I like those. Boop. Very fun. What other one do I think I will use? Because I won't use all of these. Some will. Oh, I like that guy too. So hopefully I get it. Oh, Vicky could tell stories. There's lots of stories that could be told, right? All that work. So I will do the walkthrough, but I don't know if I will do a class if I don't end up getting it, right? But I will use it still. I placed an order at a cherry on top, just so you guys know. I placed an order so I could get my product at a cherry on top. When you guys said your stuff was coming through, I'm like, well, I better put an order in so at least I get it. Maybe one of those too. Oh, I like it, but not there because I like that. I don't want to cover that, but maybe just a splinter. It's hard because then you guys know we've talked about it, that I only get paid by selling the kits, pretty much, right? My payment comes from me doing weekend events. So all that work that goes into it. So if I don't do an event, well, one, the longer it takes for me to get the product, that everybody's going to have ordered it everywhere. So I don't even know if people will still order it from me. Yeah, when people are, I'm always like, I'm not getting rich doing this, that's for sure. And everything has, it's hard all the way around a lot of times with all of the things. Oh, I like that. Boop. A little bit of pink on there. Okay, so I'm going to say that's it for the big ones. Because even for the cards, I'm not going to use that size, right? And then we'll sew on them. I like it though, right? It looks like a little paper pieced quilt. So I like these. I'll do something else with it later. But now you have to go to the other size, right? I might make another one. We'll see. But I have those three. Maybe should I finish one that I already did? Yeah, maybe that one. We'll put another sliver of something in there. The turquoise? Yes. The turquoise. See you later, Denise. See you later, friend. And I won't even put my kits up as a pre-order until I have 100% know that product's coming, right? I will not even put it up as a pre-order until I know I'm getting it, because what if for some reason, like they're doing the best they can, the lady that I work with, my salesperson, but the company was in the middle of a lot of restructuring and stuff that it was going on, right? But I won't put it up because, like, what if I don't get it? I don't want to have to go through all of that refunding money or doing any of that stuff. But yeah, with cut and paste, a whole bunch of the SKUs were canceled. So the cards, you know how we usually do the box cards or the cards set. There's no box cards in this one. They took that SKU away. But they had like a card set. There was the papery, which is incredibly sad because you know what's my favorite SKU. It's not there. So if you ordered that, it wasn't happening, right? I like that little bit of turquoise. That one's a little short though. Let's cut another one. Oh, what happened? I didn't see. I can't find the comment, but sending you lots of love. Life is hard every day. So I don't know what happened, Vicky, but oh no. Sending you lots of love, friend. You know it's what you come to this community for. And we got your back. Do I want one more of those turquoise? I'm digging this. Not enough contrast on that one. That one's just too short. Trivial Pursuit pieces, my favorite game ever, Carrie. And do you know that the bar that Trivial Pursuit was created in is in Niagara on the Lake, and we go there for sushi now. One of our favorite sushi restaurants is in, oh, that is really bad. That was a really bad cut. Is in that building. Isn't that funny? So if you play Trivial Pursuit with me and we're down to the game point, you just pick the geography. So you guys know, Vicky does not know geography. I have a good general knowledge. Like my kids will be like, how do you even know that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm good at trivial information. But if you want to beat me, you just give me the geography questions. Yeah, there was a bar in Niagara on the Lake, and it says right on there that the home of Trivial Pursuit. I'm good with pop culture, random information, right? Random information. So these are my bigger circles, right? I love that, friends. Look how fun they are. Actually, glad I didn't go with the whole rainbow, right? I don't know what happened, and I feel bad, Vicky. And I don't want you to have to repeat it, so let me go and look through. Well, I'm glad the art makes you feel better, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That is way too young. That is way too young. I'm going to go with the blue one now, right? For the contrast. You could keep some of these, like all of them don't have to be. What other color? I think that one will look nice as a base because we didn't use that. So think if it's going down the side of a page, right? These ones are going to go down the side, and then we'll need some for a card. So let's figure that we're laying it out like that, right? So what other sizes would you need? So that one might go off the top of the page. That one is here, here, here. Wherever. So just to give you an idea of how many, oh my gosh, I love it on the white so much, I can't even tell you. And I think one of these would be good. What other color? A yellow, another yellow. That one, because I love that red. The navy. Right, so there's some good contrast there. And then for the card, we won't need, so you know what kind of card I want to do, because what does Vicky always want to do is, what are they called? The tall ones. So tell me what the size is. So when can I cut my card base? What are those things called? The tall card? Somebody help me. Slimline, thank you. And what is the size? 3.5. Thank you. 3.5 by 8. So that is 8.5. But I've done them before. You can do 3.5 by 8.5 too, can't you? Because for some reason, I think, did I see that, or am I just making stuff up again? I'm sorry, I swore. Poop. Am I making poop up? So I can do 3.5 by 8.5, right? I didn't imagine that. I've seen that somewhere, I'm sure. I'm sure I did. I'm just trying to find a scoring tool. I'm going to do that. 3.5 by 8.5, okay? Sorry, Yessie. I know that I would say that with no problem, but I know that not everybody likes that, and I try to be very respectful of that. So, sorry that I almost cursed. Ouch! Yes, I just stubbed my toe, because remember I told you I just threw stuff on the floor? I'm just trying to find a scoring tool. Give me a sec. Owie! I stubbed my toe. And it was my baby toe, so you know how much that hurts. Vicky, dum-dum. Ouch. It's broken. I don't know where anything is. This will work, though. And I just, in all that I just did, I somehow just turned my TV on. Because the remote is in my pencil holder. I did not mean to do that, so murder show could have popped up. You are a hot mess, Vicky Booten. So, what is it? 3.5? 3.5 by 8.5. So, what is half of 3.5? Oh my goodness, can you help me math? What is half of 3.5? Give me some math. 3.5, is that 1 3/4? 1 3/4? Help me. I need your help. Thank you. See, I did that math almost. No, that's not right. Oh, I'm a dummy. It's 3.5 is the measurement, you dum-dum. Half of 7 is 3.5. They should not allow me to come and play with my friends because I can't do basic math. I get kicked out of the card making group. What up, freaking dum-dum? Right? You're probably sitting there going, Vic, you're folding the 7 part in half. That's 3.5. There. Okay, there's my card base. Do you sit and laugh? Like, one, I put my box of paint on the floor, so I went to find the scoring tool, and then I kicked it, the box of paint, with my baby toe. And that was not fun. Like your funny bone. There's nothing funny about hitting your funny bone. Doesn't make me laugh. I don't actually even know why it's called a funny bone. It's a, oh my gosh, that hurt bone. So I just want to put a couple on this one, and then my phrase here. my sentiment. So, oh, I want a turquoise one. Do. You know what I love, though? We don't have to do pies on this one if we didn't want to. We could just do circles. What do you think? Pies? Yes to pies on the card? No to pies? Any opinion about a pie? No to pies. Just do the circles? Because we could also do the layered ones if we wanted to, right? Like that. That could be fun. No to pies. Oh, half circles. I could do a mix of those, right, Diane? We could do no to pies and half circles. And that could be one of them right there. So I just want to pick what I want on here. I love that orange and that these. Oh, I love those two. What else do we want on here? Do we want a hot pink? Ooh, this is a favorite. Do. Just in case. That one. The blue. That's going to be kind of my jam going on here, okay? It's going to be kind of my jam. Not necessarily placement, but what would contrast on there? Ooh, that would. Okay, setting that aside. Yes to key lime pie. I don't think I'd say no to it. I love that one, the gold. But now I agree. So we have the pies, the big ones. I don't know if all the circles have to be pies, because it actually, I think, is a little interesting to not have them all. Like some of them just plain, don't you think? So let's decide what our layout is going to be. And I'm going to sew. We're going to sew. I love it on the white, because I have to say that there is something very fun about the rest of the eye when you're layering this kind of stuff. Do. Boo, 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 doo, boo, doo, boo. Birds of a feather, we stick together. Need some more small. And I could always get my circle punch and punch even smaller out. I would get this far, then have no clue where to go next. Why, Karen? What do you think? Explain yourself. Which part of that is just my question, right? Oh yeah, because I can go off the top. Because I know now with me, I need a smaller circle. So I might get my little circle punch but we haven't put any mixed media art down yet. So I feel like black in the background is going to work here. So I'm ready. I feel like I don't, if I make pies out of all of them, I think it loses its interest because it'd be just a lot of pattern going on. You know what I'm saying? Laying it all out. A lot of pattern going on. So let's ground it now. We need something to ground it. It looks really nice on the white, but if I don't want a circular pattern. I feel like I need some kind of linear pattern. And then these are going to lay up here. So let's look at stencils. Let's move stuff so I don't trip again. And let's see what we can do for a pattern. So let's look. Something like this could be very cool in the black, right? And then the circles go up it. We have that as an option. What else do I have? I don't want to put, ooh. Okay, I'm going to use this. This is my vibe. So I am going to take my black and I am going to add some words. Can never go wrong with words. So because I have circles, I want something linear and I want it black so it doesn't really interfere or I think it just plays nice with what we're doing. So I'm not going to do a whole rectangle. It's going to kind of taper in and out. So maybe part of this word is going to come out here. And then try not to move your stencil like I just did. And then we can always line it up again if we didn't put enough on here, right? So what the stencil is going to do is going to give me a little of a background for me to lay my pattern on. I have it going off the side. And then I'm also going to put some paint drips. And we will see how I like the oxide on here. If it's going to be, I think it's going to look a little bit more gray, but I think we'll be okay with that. You ready? So we have that pattern coming off the side. Okay. Let's cover up. Well, I'd like to, let's see if I have enough water here that I can make some drips. Because I don't have a cup of water right here, but we'll fake it. So putting those drops on, do you see now it breaks that up and it's not just like random. And I will fake it to put a couple bigger ones on there. I'm doing the same thing. So I'm not going to clean everything up because I'm going to do this for the card too. Some version of it. See, just tap to get a bigger drip. Because I don't want to necessarily be able to read these words, right? Okay, and know when to stop with the taps. So we're going to move that aside to dry. Ooh, almost dropped it. And let's do something about the card. So I have to think that that stencil is too big for the scale of the card. So I am thinking that I'm going to stamp on this one. Remember, I had that one script stamp somewhere here. So I'm going to do this, but I don't want one whole block of, right? One whole block of it. So I am going to ink it and wipe it off. So this is the side that's going to stamp. So I'm going to ink. There, right? But I will take my wipe and wipe some of the edge off. Hoping for the best. And I'm actually lifting this off. Let's see. I'm going in. Wish me luck. I gotta stand up. Trying to get this to stay shut, but it's not being my friend. And I'm going to ink like that. Oh, I love it. And then I'm not even going to re-ink it. I'm just going to line it up and do a little bit more right here. Perfect. So let's put our drips on. And then wipe my hands, because you ever like that? My hands are very messy and I'm going to end up putting a fingerprint somewhere. Okay. Oh, so Natalie, I'm sure, agrees with me. There is something to be said for just black. And I'm going to set that one aside to dry. And let's clean up the mess, because I'm going to end up putting my hand in it or something. Wiping my hands off, right? So things, if you're like Vicky, I'm newer to some of this. What would you say if there's something you have to have? Stamps that have script and text. And it is important that some that have really tight spacing and some that have wider spacing, because sometimes if it's a smaller scale that you're putting it on, you need to, the font has to be tight. The kerning, the line spacing has to be tight. So that is like a 100% go-to. I own multiple. I like ones that look like book paper. And then I like it in stencils too. I will do that in stencils too. I should not have put that right directly on my craft mat, but I did. I did it. For upcoming cruises is on Cruise and Crop. So the one I'm talking about, I have not, it hasn't been listed because I haven't filled the contract out yet. Okay, so I'm talking, you guys are getting the first, nobody knows about this one yet, because Sherry got it together for me, and then I went on vacation, and I didn't have a chance to fill out the paperwork, so I have to do that. So cruiseandcrop.com. How did it take a Paige Evans turn? What did you do that you think makes it look like Paige? Were you sewing on it? Because that lady can sew. So now I really need, like, normally I would set this aside to dry because I have big blobs of wet paint, right? But I also have no patience. So I'm going to pick them up, and they're not going to be dark black. They're going to be gray, and I'm okay with that. Like that for timing, right? There we go. And then I don't stick my hand somewhere where I wasn't supposed to. It can be grayish, a little grayish, right? Stamp cleaning baby wipes, yeah. Alcohol wipes, yeah, ink clean. So I'm not bad, but I don't want to put my hand in something, right? So now we have to decide, am I going to sew the pie shapes directly on the page, or am I going to sew the pie shapes on their own? It'll be easier probably to sew them on their own. Sorry, my head was in the shot. Where? These are the ones, right? So now, right, if I sew them on their own, oh, I love it so much. So I'm going to sew them on their own, I think, so that I can pop them up too. Because I could sew them too on the page as well. But, and now if you're like, there's no photo placement on here, you can do whatever you want on this side. You could make this a double page layout by repeating this ink in the middle, putting all your circles in the middle, and then just doing your pictures on the other sides, right? You could totally, if you like double page layouts, that would be the easiest way to make it a double. Is to put that stencil across the middle of the page. Here we go. And my sewing machine is threaded still with gold thread, which I am digging so much. So you guys won't totally be able to see this. One day I'm going to have a side camera so we could make it, I could flip cameras, but that is not today. Friendly friends. So things, if you didn't want to do the pie shapes, one of the fun things that you could do is you could just sew on the circles, right? Because I'll probably just sew on the card directly on here. I have to position this so I can get the petal flat. Got to put the petal to the metal. And make sure it will fit in one of these. There. Okay. There. Does anybody sew on their projects? I love it. Easiest way to add some texture. Let's make sure. Am I on a straight stitch? Because I do not want a zigzag. It looks good. Everything looks good. Wish me luck. I'm going in. So I'm going to sew, right? Kind of boop, 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 lines. Wish me luck. I'm going in. Here we go. turn it. Oops, Vicky, remember what you're doing here. A little, right? So I love the gold thread. See? I think I bought it online. I think it was on Amazon. It is probably one of the best things I've ever found, is freaking gold thread. I love it. Silly, but I love it. The details matter, right? The details matter. And for some of you, this might not be your jam. Totally okay. I love this kind of thing. Like, this is, I live for it. Really, to add these kind of little details on there. I'm going to do one right straight across that guy. So is it time consuming? It is. 100% it is. Do I think it's worth it? I 100% think it is. And my mama bought me this sewing machine for Christmas last year. And now every time I use it, guess who I think of? My mama. Because I have another one in there. But this one is the Singer Heavy Duty. It is from Michaels. And it's a good one. I like it. So look at that detail. I'll clean that sucker up after. Good morning from New Zealand. Hello, Lou. I love the look of the sewing. Can't sew. You don't really need to know how. I can't sew on a piece of clothing. I just taught myself. I'm going to do a zigzag. I'm going to get crazy and add a zigzag stitch. Boop. Let's try it. Zigzag on this one. I'm just wild and crazy today. Tonight. Now, I'm going to lift that up, put it back to a straight, and turn it. I'm hand turning this, right? Lifting, turning, and no, I'm going to end it and start it again. Do, 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 do. And I know some of you probably will do an even better job at this than I will. I don't care if it's perfect. You could hand stitch on these too, I think, if that is your jam. Could be really cool. Right? When you're saying you're channeling your page, that is totally a page thing, right? Is the stitching. But it just adds a little bit of charm. Do one more there. I am now hand sewing a page, Evan's flower page, a new favorite technique. I love it. And she is the queen. She is the queen. And I find, because I'm sure too with Paige, she doesn't have product right now. So I find her stuff, she's been doing a lot of hand stitching projects, a lot of sewing, because she's putting her what would you call it? Her stamp on it, because she doesn't have traditional scrapbook product to use, because she just got hers, her new collection. I saw that she had posted it, right? So I found a lot of the pages she's posted lately have definitely been with a lot of hand stitching on it. Okay, I want that tighter. So let's put my stitch length to 2. Let's go to that. And let's put that in there. Put the stitch in. And we'll do a zigzag. Zigzag. Devin is coming home. She was in Dominican the same time I was. Isn't that crazy? Allison Davis, yes, she is the stitching queen. I would agree. I am a big fan. And she's super nice when you meet her. Yep, I like her her style. I like your style. Oh, oh no! I thought I had taken this stitch out. Do you know what I mean? I thought I had pulled it out of the needle. I did not. So that's a good thing. Ooh, I love that one. Love that one. One more. One more. And then I'm going to probably sew them on the page a little bit too. Sorry, not as much. Question. What is your machine again? It is the Singer Heavy Duty. You can get it on, it's from Michael's. That's where, when I started looking for one, because I had sent my mom a list, or she had said, can you find it? I'm going to get you the sewing machine for Christmas. Just pick the one you want. So I went with this one, because it had good reviews. It was on sale at Christmas time. And, yep, I have definitely not had any problems with it. So let's get to straight, turn that. I love stitching on paper too. I do. Like, it makes it look like little quilted pieces now, right? Okay. So when we go to do the card, I'm going to glue it. I'm going to sew all over those circles. So I'm just moving it aside. It is coming back. But let's put our pieces on and then decide where we want to go from there. Gold thread. Yes! Don't you love it? I feel like Rapunzel. I do. I feel like I wove it and then I can sew with it. The needle is what came with it. Because remember, Vicky doesn't really sew. Let's see. Robinson Anton is what the thread is. And I bought it on Amazon. I just looked gold thread up. Robinson Anton. Question. What is your machine again? I need a good one. Okay, so I told you that, right? Heavy duty. It's a Singer heavy duty. Do you need more info than that? Because it would show you how much I know. I think the little frayed bits, like before I cut them off, I'm going to leave some on. Oh, I love that that just added a little bit of texture on here too, because I feel like we need some foam dots. But then it looks like little gold hairs everywhere. But now I don't remember what we did with these. This one I think was down here somewhere. Ooh. Pull my stitch out with my scissors. Okay. One went up here. Oh, that one was at the bottom. See, so right off, having only 4 throws me out, like having 4, not 3s. Okay, I don't know where I find the model number. I don't know, friends. Oh, you know what? Give me a second, because all the paperwork is over here. I'll tell you, because I know some of you guys are going to be shopping. It's got to be on here somewhere. You would think, right? It would be on this here. No, it just says Singer Original. Does that help? Probably not, because that probably is a whole bunch of different models. It's just the safety instructions. And it doesn't say it on the machine. Singer Heavy Duty. It's gray. I would tell you, oh, maybe on the back. $4452. 4452, if that's helpful. That's what it says. 4452. That's the one I have. 4452. What were the words added to both paper stencil stamps? This is a stencil, and it is from Creative Crafters Workshop, if they still have it. And then the other one is, I believe, a Hero Art stamp. 4452. Okay. So I'm gonna end up popping some of these up, and then we'll lay our flat pieces. I like the blue on there. It really pops, doesn't it? I don't mind that. What do you guys think? And then maybe one more circle here. Absolutely not. This to me is the hardest part. And for some, you'd be like, does it really matter? To me, it matters. It matters how I lay this out. But I want this one to pop up. So let's start with that. Let's start with that. So you know what is fun? There's no pattern paper on here. We made it all. See you later, Glenda. Yeah, at one point I'll eat today too. I hope. I sent Rich out. I said, you need to get food tonight because I'm going to need something to eat. I said, what are we having for supper? He said pork chops because there's pork chops in the fridge. I'm like, no, sir. No, sir. So I want that one to go like this. I want that off the page. This guy can pop up too. I guess I'm not adding any more sewing on this. I think it's going to be enough. And maybe we don't need to have all that like beard hair, chin hair. All of these have chin hair. You know what I'm talking about. And if you're my friend and you're looking at me and I have a chin hair, you should probably tell me to do something about the chin hair. Is anybody with me on that? I'm like, I look at my kids and go, oh my goodness, because you always see it when you're in the car. Why wouldn't you have told me I had a freaking random hair grown out of my face? Probably thought it was funny. It's not funny. Tell me when I have random chin hairs, please. No bueno. Oh, I like it. This one I want to pop up. No chin hairs here. You know what I'm talking about. Freaking, what is with getting older? Chin hairs. The war against chin hair is real. And a real friend will tell you if it's like, dude, go, you got to go take care of that. I've done it to somebody before and went, oh, you just have a hair on your face, a loose one, and it's... Have you ever done that and it's attached? And you're like, oh my gosh, I am mortified. I literally just pulled that off your face, but it was attached. It was attached. And then I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I just yanked that out of your face, but it was actually attached to your face. And how do you come back from that? Like, let's just talk about that for a second. How do you come back from pulling a hair on somebody's face that is actually attached to their face? How do you come back? You know what I'm talking about. That's embarrassing. That's like as embarrassing as once I said to somebody, oh my goodness, I can't even believe you're here. Like, when are you due? And it was at a trade show and they weren't pregnant. And I will never, ever, 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 ever in my life again ask somebody when the baby there'd have to be a hand waving before I would ever say anything. And you know that Vicky full on started to cry because I was mortified because I said that, exactly that. Oh my goodness, what are you doing here? Like, you must be ready to pop. You're due anytime. And she was not pregnant. And thank goodness, she was so nice. She's like, I have 5 kids. I look pregnant all the time. And I am like, I am so incredibly sorry. I will never say it again. Your water would have to break in front of me for me to ever say that again, because that woman looked pregnant. She looked pregnant. And it's not like I was like some, young one who didn't have kids. I had kids already. I would never say anything that would make somebody feel bad like that. And I was mortified, and I learned my lesson. You do not ask when somebody is due, ever, unless you know 100% they are pregnant. Because that lady, I would never have said it if I didn't think she was pregnant. And, oh, my friends, she was not. And she was walking, holding her back and everything. Like, it wasn't like I just randomly asked. I thought was pregnant. Never again. Nope. For that reason, right? Bonnie, I would never have done that. What a terrible person I was that day. I was mortified. I'm like, I am so incredibly sorry. Do you want to punch me in the face? I would have let her. Did I glue them all? Just not this one. I love this, friends. What do you think? Look at where we came from. So normally we don't get to do this where I can show you the whole thing, right? I would have said to her too, do you want to punch me in the face? Because you can. You really are allowed. I love it. Look at that. And you know, if you've met me before, I don't even care if I put a photo on here. I just love the process. So I'm going to cut the overhang off because I put some coming off the page for interest, right? There we go. And then you can go in, we can cut the chin hairs. Cut the chin hairs. Hair of my chin, chin, chin. Because they look a little rando. Doesn't the stitching, do you see? Do you think the stitching added that little bit of, so you saw I went in with a glue stick because I find it's easier to put through your sewing machine. There we go. Look at that. I would totally go in with some rhinestones or something. I'd add some texture like that. And then with your photos, like how pretty would it be if you matted on navy maybe? Like just one photo down here. And then you could put in some little edges. I have these titles, because you could put one big giant one on here. What we could do, happy? Because I'm happy. This does make me happy. Look at, and we could put it like, oh, look at that. Right? And then just your photo here. You could put 2 photos there. What color do you think? I think blue. I think I would do this in blue. These on your gel plate would be perfect. I think they're still on VickiBooten.com. There's 25% off my whole entire website, right? Right? So I would pop this up in, I think, blue. I would do it in this color. So you could totally have lifted off your gel plate with these. How fun would that be? They do look like, this could be a beach photo, couldn't it? You totally could. I love that. So Jessica said, I walked into this thinking the pies were a bit too tedious for me, but look at that. Totally gonna do, it is fun. I wouldn't do much on here. I just mat some photo, put like a little, you know, a little tabbed piece at the top. So I don't have photos printed, so I'm not going to do that. But you get what I'm saying, right? If you went in with a mat here, you could do 2 photos. You could do a whole row of photos. You could put, this could go on here if you wanted to. You could pop that up here and you could do a whole bunch of photos down this side. But I think something bold and simple for a title would be perfect. I would foam dot that and maybe do it in this blue. I think that you're picking lots of the blue up and it would pop. And then with your photos, you could almost leave it white if you wanted to. Hello, Cindy. Cindy, Allie and I will have to go back to watch the prior videos. We were you were doing your garage sailing and thrifting today. I love it. Did you find anything? I think 2 photo strips would be kind of really cool on here. Don't you think, Connie? Like do 2 photo strips up there. Now I want to see how you guys finish this. Thank you. It's fun though, right? So you could totally do this in a mini album. But this is really where white space, because these are so busy, if you put it on a whole bunch of pattern, they'll get lost. I think photo strips, 2 photo strips would be so much fun on this page. So one here and one here with little tiny photos would be kind of the bomb, wouldn't it? I love it. So definitely, you guys, let's do the card. But things we've talked about today. Don't forget that a new cruise is going to be coming up, and we're going to do something like this. It's going to be a progressive project where we're going to do mixed media. And that's why I'm going to have to talk to her. I really think, because the cruise is a 3-day and a 4-day in the Caribbean. So just like Nassau and private island, of course, because I love Coco Cay. And their private island in Haiti. So watch for that, because what's nice is it will fit. That one is not as expensive as going to out of the UK or out of Italy. Those ones get pricey, right? It is good though. It is long enough, because it's eight or 9 days when you put the two together, right? So it'll be good. It'll be good. Okay, where's my card? Do you remember where I put it? Oh, it's right here, dum-dum. I'm going to sew directly on this card. Yeah, the October cruise sold out in 24 hours. I'm not lying. 24 hours that cruise sold out. Okay, let's pick up the pieces. I love your mixed media cards. You helped me figure out how to add mixed media to card making. I love that, Selena, because if I'm going to do card making, it's going to 100% be mixed media, right? That's totally my jam. So that one has to go off the edge, but I want that orangey bit on here. I think this would be fun to layer this guy. So let's cut some of this off. Thank you. But right, if you watch the whole process, so who here was watching the process going, she is a crack smoker. This is going to be ugly, or this is not my jam. Who was watching it and going, I don't think this is my jam. I like Vicky. I will watch it, but it's not my thing. And then as we got through it, you're like, okay, I see where she's going with that. So I cut that one and I'm going to stick that together. I like that if it's simpler, right? I know there's some of you out there, 100%, that there's people who watch sometimes what I'm doing and go, oh my gosh, she is crazy. That is ugly. And then when I get through, they're like, okay, maybe she does know what she's doing every now and again. Not always, but sometimes. I don't know if I like it. It's committed. We're going with it. We're going with it. So I forget how I laid these out now. Do you remember? I love that one. I feel like I'm going to switch it up, and I think I like splitting all of the smaller ones and leaving the big as whole, and I'm going to sew all on that. But I want to do like where it's pieces of that. Kind of digging that. So this one I'm going to split. That one's going to stay. What do we want to add to that one? Because it has to go with the rest of this. No, too much. Too much. I love it. I feel like mixed media, there's always a stage where it looks less than pretty. It can happen. It certainly can happen, right? It can happen. I want to do that one up there, maybe. I know exactly what you're saying, that sometimes it's a fine line, right? Oh, I like that. it is kind of a trust the process, and it is one of those that it's you are doing. So when you think about it, if you buy scrapbook product, all this work has been done for you. You buy the embellishments, you're doing all the things, like it's all done for you. We just created. So when you think about that, is that we just made like each piece of the puzzle, where you would buy a piece of paper where the designer, if you watch when we're doing papers, I drive Melissa crazy because I'll be like, okay, no more distressing in this corner. So you have to think that paper has probably like 5 layers, and that's just one sheet. So you're layering all the different, we just made everything ourselves, right? We just made everything ourselves. So when you think about it, I like how I'm sitting here, that I've been resting my boob. Just let down. I'm like, that's nice, Vicky. The whole time you're sitting there talking, your boob is just laying on the table. And people keep coming and hanging out with you, you little weirdo. It's pretty funny. Let me move that camera a little bit so you can't see my boob on the table, because nobody needs to see that. You're not my only fans. Crazy lady. Okay, let's tack these down, and we're going to sew on this card. So it's the real you. It most certainly is. So I want to do some in stages, because I'm going to do the big circles first, like that. I just looked down and I went, what is going on here? So I just need to tack it so it doesn't move. And that one's going to come off the edge. I want to sew on these first and then sew on the other ones. Okay. So I'm going to clip that, and then we're going to sew on these. Because I think when you do a card like this and you send it to somebody, you're giving them a piece of art, right? Like, this is a little piece of art. You made all of that. Some of this stuff I think could be framed. We don't even have to make it into traditional scrapbook projects, or some of it you could frame. You could make art on your wall from your mixed media. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to sew circle. Like, I'm going to make this messy circles, because I love the gold. So need a straight stitch, turn the little machine back on, make sure my thread is pulled through to the back, and I'm going to open my card, don't sew it shut, and I'm going to do wonky circles. So I will do it, and then I will show you what I'm doing. Here we go. Sometimes you're doing stuff and you're like, okay, Vicky, you got to make that a little bit more comfortable, or you're not going to be able to do it. Kind of see what I'm doing? Like, you see where I turn the card all around? It's wonky. There's nothing perfect about this. Do you see how I feel like I need to yell at you? The machine is not that loud. Weirdo. Show you. Boop. Look at it, almost gives it this like whole pillow stitch dealio. I'm going to do it up on this one now. Did I show you? Oh, good. sometimes it's not even in the screen. So I'm like, oh good, I was actually showing you what I was doing. I wasn't just making that up. So this one goes off the edge, so you just got to be careful. I can't sew off the edge and back on, right? So I'll go close to the edge. Get that one in and cut that. Boop. Oh, I'm going right off the circle on that one. I love it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I did. I put the gold thread under as well. The gold does make a difference. Look at that. I love it. Now it looks like it's part of the whole card. Okay, let's move. Let's decide what we're doing here. I freaking love this card. I might have to send it to myself in the mail. Yeah, because you could totally bobbin clear thread. I think that would be cool, right? You could totally put clear thread in the bobbin. What do you think? I like it. Now, I could pop these up or we could sew more on it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sew these along the seam and then that one I'm going to pop up. Do you know some of these cards too, I wouldn't even put a sentiment on the front, but you could also just put a little sentiment. But sometimes art cards, I don't feel they need them. Does that make sense? I don't feel like an art card, like one that is mixed media, needs, you could actually sign it if you wanted to, because you're sending them a little art card. I think the stitching does finish it. So I'm going to sew on here with a zigzag. Tricky a little bit, but I'm not a quitter. So I'm going to do it. It's going to be pretty though. Okay. I did it. And I don't sew. I only sew on paper for the most part, right? I know how to thread my bobbin. Look how pretty. Boop. I love that. Zigzag for the win. I feel like a zigzag, right? To join the two sides is needed. It is required for this one. So I just line it up straight. I will, when I get my camera set up, I will film this so that if you guys are new to this, so that you can see it. But I have no business teaching anybody how to sew. I am a fake it till you make it is the dealio here. All right, fake it till you make it. But I do love it. This sewing machine, I love so much more than my other one. Okay. do we want a sentiment on here? Like, I feel like, boop, it's true. And done, right? I love, because Kathy Z does that. I am a booper. I do the booping too. So, well, and I love her. She's my friend and I love her. I was on with watching Heidi Swap today too. Loving the new stamps that she's coming out with. I love like the whole do you watch like I will watch Paige and absolutely love what she does. I probably that wouldn't be me hand stitching on a layout, but oh my goodness, if she gifted me one, it would be the best gift ever. Do you know what I mean? Where you always find that thing that works for you. Because like who was on here said, here I am hand stitching, said I'd never do it, and you're doing it because you love it, right? So I would do a little bit, but never, I could never do it like she does. That's her magic, right? That's her Paige magic. That is Paige magic. See? Oh, I love it. And then put that one up here like that. What do we think? Pull that in a little bit. Feel like it needs to go underneath there, because then I feel like this is where I could put a little sentiment right on here. Yeah, and she wouldn't gel plate print. That is 100%. And that is what's magic in this industry, is there's something for all of us, right? There's something for all of us. Is that how I want that? I'm going to say yes. Just commit, Vicki. Just go with it, right? Just do it. And you might even want a little glue under these, because as soon as you put the stitching and stuff, I think makes it a little tricky. I know some of you don't foam dot, right? Or anti-puffy or layery on your cards. Thank you. I think that's the case. I love watching, like I loved watching Heidi's, what she was doing with those stamps. Because that is totally her thing. It's the same with, you guys that do all the paper piecing with dies, like all those tiny pieces, and you love that. And that wouldn't be necessarily my favorite die that I would buy. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do all the paper piecing die. And I love looking at it. I love watching what other people make. And even for some of you guys today, you probably hung out because you're like, oh, this crazy lady's on the social medias. She's on YouTube. I'm going to watch her while I'm doing whatever, folding laundry, putting the socks away. And you might have looked at this and at the beginning went, yeah, wouldn't catch me dead doing that. I wouldn't be caught dead. That's way too many layers or whatever. And then when it's done, you're like, I might actually even try that. When I was watching her, I thought it was cockapoo-poo. That's ugly. I don't want to do that. And then by the end, you're like, okay, all right. I see where she was going with that. Kind of digging it. I might try it. I can't get my fake fingernails under here. There. I want to trim that overhang. It's too much. I love that. And I feel like we're winning, right? I love this crazy lady and her creativity. I am a wackadoo, right? There's no doubt about it. Life is too short. You might as well have the most amounts of fun you possibly can while you're living it. That's my philosophy. And one more. So in a perfect world, I would have tucked that under, but I can't because I sewed on it. But what about there? Or not at all. But I can't do 4. I have to do 3. There. That's where it needs to go. Right there. Do you like that? That's it. That's where that one needs to go, that right now. I think I can remember where that one needed to go. A little bit on an angle and right about there. I love it. So what I was saying is I think just a little sentiment here, like a little word strip. What do you think? Could you do a bigger sentiment? You sure could. If you want to put something big up here, you could. What do you guys think? What did you make today? I want to know what you made. I'll seriously buy anything you show me how to use, if I show you how to use it. I love it. Well, what do you guys think of? I'm thinking about doing as well is some prints and mixed media art that I sell, finished art that isn't for photos, that you could put on your wall. I would like to start doing a little bit of fine art, not really, but I think that that would be fun. Like, so say I took all these circles and I made a whole piece that you could then frame. I think that that would be fun. Like, imagine that, but that could be framed. And I think that that would be a fun thing, right? That I put a couple of signed pieces that you could buy. And even like I want to do the gel plate prints, I think would be fun if Janine is all for it. Once we get going with the things, is the ready-made backgrounds, I think are fun. But I do think some of this would be fun. I'd hang in. I'd put that kind of art up. I love that kind of art. So I'm doing one more thing because I want to. So it is 6 o'clock, so not bad. I want to do one more background that you really could frame if you wanted to. It could go in your art journal. I'm going to do it on 12 by 12. I'm not putting sentiments on this. And this is, I know I said I'm finishing it, but I didn't. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. But, right? You guys get that. You can figure out the rest of it. You really could figure it out. But see? Something for a layout, something for a card. So regardless of the kind of art that you make when you watch me, I just gave you options, right? I just gave you options. I love this. Am I alone, or can you guys see closely? I love this. I love this card. I would do a whole whack of those. I would buy that as a set. If you did a set of note cards like that, I would totally buy those. And now let's take another. I want to do, because it was in my head, I want to take my scraps. I'm not using circles. So we just cut, who was it that made fun of me? Like how many circles you're going to cut out? But I want to take these and do something else with them next week. So didn't I say that? We're going to take our scraps and we'll make something next Friday. It's going to be like, we're going to make flowers out of the rest of them. And we're going to do a whole flower vase. You're going to frame your layout. I love that, Irene. I love that. So, remember I have my circle cutter. So let's cut a circle. That's one of the things I want to do. With this very well loved cutting mat. I've had this since probably 20 years. And can you see the holes in it? Because that, do you remember? When you're setting eyelets or punching holes with that thing that was a spring, and I punched a hole right through my cutting mat. The question was, how many layouts are you making? Best question. I love it. So I'm going to do one more. We're going to do one more background. You can turn it into whatever you want, okay? Because my throat is starting to hurt. So at some point I have to say, okay, Vicky, it's enough, lady. So what am I going to cut the circle out? I want something that is going to show contrast. I'm going to cut my circle out of this. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. Because I want a ring. I don't want a circle. I want a ring. So how big do I want this? Right? So when I do it, 9 inches is obviously too big because the paper's not that wide. So I'm thinking a 6-inch circle. Because here's the other thing, that the only thing that is hard about this is to figure out where to center it. So, do I cut the outside first and then the inside? Yes. So the width of my circle will start at 6, and then I will drag it inside to cut the other one. There it is. Have you seen my ruler? Yeah, I think a 6-inch ring will be perfect, right? 6-inch ring. So we're going to put that on here. And we're going to close it at 6 inches. So let's make sure what I want to include in that ring. Oh, was not applying pressure there. Oh, I think I cut it. Yep, I did. Woo, baby. Okay, so now I'm going to lift that. I'm not moving the center. And I'm going to move that in to 4 inches. And I'm going to cut my ring. Oh, I love it so much. Now I'm looking going, that might be too wide. So I'm cutting another one. I'm pulling that in to there. And I'm cutting another ring. Uh-oh. Did you see what just happened? It moved. Look at that. Don't do what Vicky did, but hopefully I don't ruin everything. Let's see. It might not be exactly perfect, but I'm not a quitter. That was not a smart thing to do. Did I ruin everything? I don't know. Let's not go to there. I'll cut with a hand. I didn't ruin everything. I just have to snip it with my scissors. See you later, Natalie. You're going to have dinner. We'll see you later. Thank you, my friend. As always, you're the best. She's the best. Okay. So we can use this still. So one of the things on my page is going to be a ring. Ooh, and I could do 2 rings if I want. I love it already. Look at taking your mixed media. Do you remember we tore that one page? Where's that one? Like other fun things, look at. Oh, I kind of am digging that. Or do we use this instead? Because that could be for another day. That could be for another day. So let's just keep the same kind of theme going. And I'm going to ink that again. Here. Oh my goodness, Vicky's fingers aren't working. We haven't done a giveaway. We haven't done a giveaway. Before you go, comment. I'm ripping paper. I know. Isn't that crazy? But we need the texture. Giveaway. So comment now. And what's this giveaway going to be for? How about some stencils? I'm going to do like a... Just trust me. It'll be like a mixed kind of stencil pack. So some mixed stencils. Something fun. Okay. So comment now. And I'm going to randomly pick. And then make sure you come back and comment on this, the regular post when it's done, because I will do another giveaway. It will be a 49 and Market Flower Emporium giveaway. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm scrolling. Scrolling. And the winner is Kim Win. Kim Win to win. So don't forget, Kim, you need to email me at info@vickybooten.com. Kim Win. Kim Win won. Okay, so what did I just say I was giving you? Merch. So Kim Win. Stencil set. Stencil and stencil brush and some texture paste. That's what this giveaway is going to be. And there will be one more. Remember, in a few minutes, I'm going to do another one for the $100 that you can go spend on vickybooten.com. That's going to be the other giveaway that I'm going to do shortly. That'll be a farewell giveaway for this fun day. Okay? For the fun day. So see here. Now the other thing I would like to do is, you know those number stamps? I'm going to use the number stamps. And I'm going to find a turquoisey color like that. And that's what I'm going to do the number stamps in. But where'd I put them is the question. Here it is. I lost the number 5 somewhere. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And try to find out where number 5 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is missing. So what color do we want to use with that? Ooh, that's the one. Peacock feathers, don't you think? Or should we go, maybe Selvage Patina? Selvage Patina. But I'm going to do it in oxide. I know. Who is this girl? I never use oxide ink, but I got to find it now. Selvage Patina in oxide. If I can find it. That is the question. More glass. Broken china. Where is it? It might end up having to be in regular distress if I can't find it quickly. There's peacock feathers. There's lucky clover. Here it is. Found it. Phew. Selvage Patina it is. And if you were my stamping block, where would you be? Good thing I have 20 of them. Thank you very much. Is it Kalina or Selena? I am terrible name person, so I apologize when I said it earlier. Yes, a big mess. Do you have a big mess too? Thanks, Lizette. So see? Boop. We did this. It's going to go here. And that is going to go underneath. And then our rings are going to go kind of like that, right? And then the numbers right down here to tie that in. I love it. So we know that 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'll start with that 1 right there. I love it. I love that. You guys will laugh. I have this piece of paper towel, but it has like all my garbage was piled on it, but I don't know where my wipes are, so there. Clean the garbage up. Let's go in with number 2. Oh, this is such a delicious color. Sorry that my head's in there. Apologize that I put my head in there. And you know we have to put some drips on here, right? We could layer more. We could always do more. Like there's more art that could be done here. But sometimes it's okay to just call it a day when this is done, right? You can't even see where I'm stamping. Let me move that up higher. I keep putting my big head in there. Yeah, no, this isn't trash. The mixed media, there's the whole thing. None of it's garbage. Like anything that could be sewn. And we're going to sew on this too, by the way, just so you know. Keep doing that, but I need to see where I'm putting the ink. And can I do it? Sorry, head's in here for a minute. Just so I can get it straight. There we go. I love that right there. That makes me super happy. So let's do our cheat. I just don't want the water to spray. I hope this isn't super dirty. Oh, it's a little muddy. We do that cheat, right? Like a little, that we make it look like it dripped. Okay, let's glue our other pieces down and let's sew on this guy. I just want you guys, you have options. If the circles weren't your thing, guess what? Hopefully this one is. We were supposed to use my stamps today, but I couldn't find them. So that makes it hard to use them. Can't use them if you don't know where you put them. But I've been cleaning up down here. And if you're like me, I clean up so well, I don't actually have a clue where I put anything. And when you are like quickly trying to find it, you're done. You're like, yep, and I have no clue. So I'll stick that there so I don't lose those two. And we're going to sew on this and call it a day. It's going to be so good. So I have to remember, because this isn't dry, so we're going to cheat and just pick up the extra. In a perfect world, I would do those drips last and then just set the layout aside to dry. So I probably will drip on there again, but I just wanted you guys to see. So let's cut the top off. You put it in a safe place. I'm right there with you. I do that all the time. I'm just going to put this in a safe place so I can come back and find it. And then you go, yep, I have no clue where that is. Okay. I don't think my head's totally in here. I tried to move stuff up so it wouldn't be. There we go. Oop. And I have messes everywhere. So I like the gold. Like I really love the gold. And then that little piece can go here where you still can see everything, right? So we might put that layer down and I'm going to sew on this. But I actually want the edges to lift like that a little bit. Okay, so tack her down. I'm going to sew on here and then I'm going to sew my circles. Messes for the win, right? Messes for the win. I have to stand up again. I love this. Like a lot. I love this a lot. A lot, a lot. Muy bueno. So I'm going to put a zigzag stitch down here and then just a couple stitch lines there. So you ready? So this you can see without the stitch. And I'll show you how to elevate it. Bigger, it's going to be 3 for that. It's not the hole. It's just going to go down right here. Could have been bigger, but it's okay. See it? And then wonky wonky is going to go on here, but you can see the gold there, right? And then wonky wonky, so turn it, whatever makes accessing that a little easier. Oh, straight stitch for this one, straight for the win. Keep that on 3. And put my thread in. Turning it, making it wonky, knocking stuff down. That was just my glue stick at least. Wonky stitch, and I'm going to do another one. Ooh. attach the circles, and we'll sew on the circles. See that? Love it. Now let's adhere this a little bit more. Do. This could be, if you didn't want the pink on there, could be very pretty. I don't know where that even came from. Like, look how pretty. And then put your photos wherever, right? One right there. Remember, I don't even care if I put a photo on here because I love it. And then, do we want two? Yes, I think we do. But we're going to sew this one first, and that one might not be sewn. So let's put that on there. Yes, we do. Because I love that contrast of this pinky sunset, tequila sunrise on here. Love it. Okay. And we're going to sew like that. And then that could totally go here. You could put circle photos on there too. It'd be kind of fun, right? Kind of fun. Let's do it. I just want you, we do the mixed media, and now you can see how to use it, right? So let's start where it's going to be easiest. Put that down and put in some wonky stitches. Ooh, what is going on? That was really, I had a hard time going in there. Now, I'll tell you, did you see I use tape runner on here? Sometimes it breaks your thread. So let's hope for the best. What is the problem here? I'm the problem. And move that can of pop. My gosh, I love this so much. So don't forget, we're going to have one last big giveaway. Let's do, so start putting your comments in. $100 Canadian that you can shop, and if you send me the email, I will send the gift cards out right away so you can shop for the 25% with your 25% off. Because there's some killer deals. Those Disney kits and the Charmed Vintage kits are like a steal. You're getting the whole thing with the full classes for less than you could pay for the product. Because they started at $185. And then when you're buying them, I think with the discount, and that's Canadian, $185 Canadian. So if you're American, $4 with how our dollar is in the toilet, you get like a killer deal. So if you have anybody you know that's going to Disney, help me get rid of those kits. I ordered way too many of them. I keep saying everybody needs a kit to Disney kit. And then they went up for sale so late that it just didn't work. Oh my goodness, look at that. Do you love the sewing on it? Do you think the gold stitching, I think, for the win, right? Okay, here I'm looking. Here I go. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scroll, 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 scroll. Mandy Hodgson. Mandy Hodgson. Mandy Hodgson. Okay, I'm putting you here at the top, Mandy. Mandy Hodgson. $100 CAD. And guess what? For this one, because I love to give things away, you'll have a second chance to win $100 if you leave a comment in the regular comment section when this is done. Let me put that. That's 1 and 2 for this in comments. Those are going to be drawn on Monday. Okay, on Monday you'll still have a chance to sell the sale. What did I miss? Anything? I'll have to go through. I don't even remember what I told anybody. I love to give stuff away. There we go. So I want to do this. Curl that for some texture. See, something like this you totally could make and frame if you wanted to, right? So do we want the second ring on there? I think yes. Do you like how I ask you, but I'm going to do what I want anyway? We know that this is a very Vicky thing. Gold stitching for the win, right? So let's put, this is going to get glued on because it's so thin. I love that I ask your opinion, but I do what I want anyway. I want you to feel like you're part of it. You're part of the decision making, but it's like my kids, right? You ask them and then you're going to do whatever you want anyway. Oh, I love it. And I'm not even being too messy with my... You could put your title along the circle. You could put a photo here and a photo there. I think circle photos on here would be so fun. What, asks you your opinion and does what he wants anyway? I do it all the time. You guys know. So what did we do today? We did some stuff, right? So we did a lot of stuff. First time buyer, where do I go? VickyBooten.com. There is a 25% off sale right now. It is, I'm in Canada, but I ship everywhere. International's hard. You have to get in touch with me because it's not set up on my website. But I love this, right? I love that. Love the card. How fun. Because you think of everything we did to get here, right? I love that. And as a bonus, this one. So do you guys have any questions? I need to figure out why I'm not getting the newsletter. Yeah, because I sent it out yesterday at midnight, I think. I stayed up and did it. It could be that your email provider won't allow them. So search your email today. Search Vicky Booten and see if it's in there and it went into a junk or promotions folder. That's the first thing I would do. And if not, the only other thing I could say is sign up with another email. Like if you have a Gmail or something. And maybe that will help. Can you come in close? What do you want? This one? The circle one? Which one? This one? Do you want to see closer? I'll unplug my phone too, and I'll do this. Because this is always when I'm going to flip it anyway, right? I just don't want to hang up on you guys. Whoop. And I'll do this. So I will put more dots on that dry properly. Let's see, because the light isn't showing the But see, that is the one we pulled in gold. Do you ever say where the stencil came from? This one here, everything else were my stencils. This one is from the Crafter's Workshop. See it? craftersworkshop.com. I don't know the name of it. It could be old. They might not have it anymore. I want to do one like this. I want to do one that has the text on it. So I'm going to do something like that because I like it. So there's that one close up. Sorry, I have to use my hand. So sorry if I'm making you vomit. And then this one is the card. Look at it. I love it so much. And this is the layout. And guess what? It doesn't matter what kind of crafting you do. Any of this could be incorporated into an art journal. It could be incorporated into a mini book. It could be cards. It could be just for art that you hang on your wall. Like maybe you came and found me today on YouTube and you don't scrapbook. But I don't feel like any of the art today has restrictions on how you use the creativity. Don't you agree? Like I feel like you could have done any of this stuff. I didn't even put a photo on it. In typical Vicky fashion. I didn't even put a photo on it, but look, too, I find when I come in, when the light is different from the front camera here. Let's show you. Look at that. And like I said, the gold thread I bought. One day I'll be organized, because you think, most people who do this, right? I just spent with you from 10 o'clock until 7 by the time we're done. And if I did share a sale links and I use my Amazon links, it'd be smart because it doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me when I'm spending a whole Saturday instead of with my family or stuff, that it just gives back. So that's always using the share sale links costs you nothing, but it helps me spend a whole day with you guys, like often, because I do this a lot. But I'm not organized enough. I'm not organized enough. Oh, did I show you this one up close? I don't know if I did. And then that one, I love this one. I feel like that could be framed. You could put more layers on it and you could just frame it. You could do some art that could be on a canvas. This could totally go on a canvas. I love it. And remember what I was saying, like maybe not this one, but if you had a smaller sentiment, you could do something, right, that's big down the side. So as always, thank you. To recap again, watch for my newsletter. You can sign up on vickybooten.com. It pops up and gives you an option to sign up for the newsletter. More info will be coming for the cruise. That is a late edition I'm adding for February of 2026. That is a 3-day and a 5-day cruise. I really think it's in your best interest, if you wanted to do both, because the classes are gonna, I think even if you only do the small one and I do something online, it has to be one class kit, because I don't know how we would get around that. It will be coming on cruiseandcrop.com, Cruise and Crop, and I will be sending information out. You'll see it on the community page as well. If you guys signed up for Flower Emporium, my 49 and Market, the first class, which is going to blow your mind, the layers on that. I haven't started it, but it's in my head, and it's gonna be a very fun class. Those kits are gonna be going out by the end of this week or early the following week. And then your prep day, I don't know the day, but you're gonna get it at least a week before prep. The international ones are going to be going out this week. And then if you want to do access only, if you've bought everything for that and you want to participate in the class, that is going to go up access only, which gives you access to the Facebook group and all the YouTube videos and instructions and cutting diagrams. It will go on vickybooten.com on Monday. It is not. It is excluded from the sale. And what else? If you are cruising with me to Norway in July, you're going to be getting a newsletter soon, and I'm going to be opening the Facebook group for that. And those kits are going to go out after I get all of the 49 M Market kits out. So those kits are going to, all the product is there. Do I have a list of ink colors? Let me write that down. I'm going to do it because it's easy for me to do. You saw I have all the inks. So I will do ink colors. Let me put it on my list, because I'll forget it as soon as I promise it to you. Remember, I have to under promise and over deliver. Is that what the saying was? Is Connie still here? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Carrie, you know, and that's when people tell me I'm not doing enough. It's always like, friends, I work 7 days a week. Add ink colors for Flower Emporium. On my list. On my list. It's on there. Any questions? Now's the time, right? Yes, under promise, over deliver. That's my new, because I will always do it, but I hate promising and not following through. Then I feel like I'm terrible, right? So thank you. First off, before I go, remember, comment on all 3 videos. There's giveaways. I'm going to draw the names late on Monday. Go back and check on Tuesday. Check on each one. The winner will be posted at the top, and you have to email me at info@vickybooten.com. If you want a prize, how do I know the exchange? On vickybooten.com shows you in your currency. If you look, they changed that. So on Shopify shows you in your currency. So wherever you're shopping from, because when I was in the Dominican and I pulled up my shop to check something, it showed me in Dominican. So your prices that it shows is all in your currency. Okay, so it shows you in your currency wherever you're watching from. What else any other questions? Did I miss anything else? I hope you enjoyed that. So first and foremost, huge thank you. Don't forget, it's the easiest gift that you can give me is thumbs up the video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done that. It makes us help grow this community. It really, for me, I don't care. If you notice, I don't monetize any videos. There's no ads on any of mine unless YouTube puts them on. I don't monetize my stuff. Probably not smart, but I don't do it. So for people to find us, that's the easiest way, right? I like to do lots of things for free. That's how I roll, whatever, right? I'll get smarter one day, or somebody's going to come along and help me do all the things one day. But first and foremost, I adore you guys. Thank you for spending time with me. I live for this. To get to sit and make that I never have the time because this is a job for me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed that too. I want to see what you're making. So if you haven't joined it already, on the Facebook community, it's Vicky Booten Creative Community on Facebook. Join the group, post your pages. Remember, I'm going to do another giveaway. What did I tell you guys that giveaway was going to be on the Facebook group? I got to make a note for myself because I will overpromise and underdeliver if I don't do it. So I said if you post it, I'm going to go through and randomly choose. So on Facebook giveaway, how about another $50 VBoo? 50 VBoo GC. And that's all Canadian, right? Because I'm Canadian. So, oh, look it, I said that, Teresa, and that's what I'm going to do. So, and then what did I say? Another 100. So on the layout portion, that's what I'm going to call this one. Comment. That's 100 VBoo. I'm doing two $100 ones. And then for the one we just did is a gift from 49 and Market. And another $50 from VBoo. Comments. And I don't remember what the first one was. Does anybody remember that one? Was from the gel plate. I think I was going to do a mixed media gift pack, right? And a mixed media gift. for comments. I will forget as soon as I go up and eat supper. Comments on gel plate. Sound good? And then any questions? Did I miss anything? I feel bad if you guys ask me questions and then I forgot. Boop. Can't wait for the next class. Me too. And then I'll keep you posted on what's happening with cut and paste. I'll keep you posted. So lots of giveaways. That's tons, right? Right? At least what, 6 to 8 giveaways today. So I like to give back. You guys, the easiest way for you to support me seriously is when I do online classes, buying the classes, and my kits. That's how I make all my money, is literally when you buy the Vicky Booten kits. So thank you for always supporting with that. I keep my numbers at a set number, so the stores still are making lots of sales off of my stuff, but right, it's you gotta do that. Cut and paste looks great. It's cute. It's just the quality you're gonna notice is not 49 and market quality. I'm really sad that the papery pack was canceled because I live for the papery pack. It's probably my favorite thing that I keep talking about to Janine about doing something like that, right? So if I get it, I'll do something with it. If I don't get the product, we'll see what happens. So anyway, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Happy International Scrapbook Day if you're watching after the fact. I hope you enjoyed this, guys, as much as I did. I can't wait for some of you guys that use different shapes. Share it. Make sure you tag me if you're sharing it on Instagram so I can see it and give you all the love. But I love that. Does shopping the rest of your store help you? Yeah, that does too. But I'm tapering down my store now that I'm going to be doing fulfillment from the US and Canada. I'm going to make my store is just going to be literally a few of my favorite things and Vicky Booten exclusives. I am going strictly to my class kits and to online. Like if I wanted to do a gel plate class that spans for a couple of weeks, then you would just be buying the access to it from me. You'd have access to all of that content until it goes away if YouTube made it go away. And those are the things I want to hyper focus on, just things that it's easy. There's so many things that come at you to spend your money on. I just want it to taper it, that you see the value, like what you did for free today. If I expanded on a class like this and we did like a part 1 and a part 2, where it could almost be a year-long kind of thing, I'd like to do that. Might start in the middle of the year and go for a year, but I would like to do those because it in the end costs you less than a couple of visits to Starbucks. That's how I look at it. I would not price it high, but it would be one of those things that it's not a kit. I tell you where to buy the things. I might do some exclusive stamps and stencils, but other than that, I just want you to have content and you can feed your creative passions without it breaking the bank. So I'm trying to do different things when you have all these things coming at you and it's just expensive to live now, that I can still keep doing this as a job and we both benefit from it. So that is my goal, to keep bringing you fun content, doing lots of stuff for free, and then trying to find the balance of some paid content. So and look at, when you do other mixed media classes, some of them are a couple $100s, which I get. They're artists and that's how they pay themselves. But my whole world started in the scrapbooking world, right? So it's kind of straddling two different worlds, right? With the fine art and the paper crafting. So we'll do all the things. Thank you for joining me. If you can only do it when it's the free ones, I love you just as much. You do what works for you. Make sure you share what you're making. Thank you for Natalie for sticking around with us all day and helping. And thank you for you guys for showing up for me and showing up for you to do something that feeds your creative soul. It's super important. So happy International Scrapbook Day, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.